Thought I freed up the space for that. Let's see. Oh, I moved the whole folder that was called recordings, didn't I? So I think I need to make a new folder named recordings. Now can I start recording it? Okay, there we go. Oh, hey Sully, thanks for checking in. This is Jupiter Exile, and tonight we're booting back up Dark Souls 2. I'm going to try to get this boss down. For those joining or viewing for the first time, this is the Soul Level 1 run, where we are not allowed to level up our character, and we're killing everything melee only. No spellcasting, no ranged attacks. We're making attempts today on the Ivory King from the Elaim Lois DLC, originally from the DLC. We're playing this as part of Scholar of the First Sin, which is the kind of full Dark Souls 2 collection. Not too much, just playing some games of Hillbilly earlier today, as well as some Metroid Dread. And made a lovely homemade chicken stock that I'm waiting for that to cool, so that I can get the fat skimmed off the top. Make some chicken and rice tomorrow, so I don't have to cook through most of the week. It'll last me for days. This boss fight starts up as like a waves thing. We've got a bunch of allies, a bunch of enemies are being summoned in. And it's only after we've killed a certain number of waves of guys that our allies go to seal the portals that these enemies are coming out of. Very tricky to manage all of this aggression coming in, and I have not been able to get consistent for this phase of the fight yet. Basically, you just put your head on a swivel. Sometimes you just got to take distance, and you need to focus on enemies that are close to being finished off, so that you can diminish the number of foes you have to deal with. Taking a couple hits is okay, here and there. But upkeeping a certain level of aggression is important, because enemies are continually spawning in, and you need to make sure you're not dealing with too many at a time, or you will get overwhelmed and killed, like that. So that was 2/3 of the way through the first phase of the boss fight. Oh, you never tried it out? It's tough, but it's pretty fun, and I'm playing a big challenge run. I might accidentally talk louder than usual because there's a lot of background noise while I'm doing this fight. Sorry if that's the case, but yeah, with this challenge run, it's very much unlike the high difficulty angle. But I think Dark Souls 1 can be fairly approachable. The biggest trick in Dark Souls is learning how to control the camera very fluidly. So if you've been controlling like Survivor third-person camera in Dark Souls in Dead by Daylight, it's actually a lot of translation. It's kind of picking up on the fact that, like, hey, you know, Utsdarva used to do a heck of a lot of Dark Souls, and now he's a really great killer. I played Dark Souls a long time before I played Dead by Daylight. But I was thinking, hey, maybe there's some audience crossover, and I'll boot up some of these old challenge runs I used to do. There's a new game in the series coming out like next January. It's pretty hype. That's dicey. Yeah, this is one of the last few bosses in Dark Souls 2. Oh, he's gonna kill me. This is one of the last few bosses in Dark Souls 2, so it's really tricky to beat without these extra stat buffs. Yeah, he did the no-hit run, which is like insane. I can't even fathom the idea of trying to get that done. Like the top speedrunners in Dark Souls and people who are doing the no-hit runs, I know that the top speedrunners, it's like 4,000 attempts, give or take, to like for the guy who has the world record on the Dark Souls 1 remaster. And that's 4,000 attempts just to do the speed run. Not counting like all the other runs and all the other time and all the other stuff. It's like I've beaten Dark Souls 1 a couple of times. I've beaten Dark Souls 2 in the baseline. I've beaten it once before on the SL1 run, but I didn't get all the bosses last time. So this time I'm challenging myself to make sure I kill every boss. With the collective hours, it becomes like less and less of a big deal to do all this stuff. Oh, that was a really unfortunate hit to take. Oh, I'm getting battered around. I gotta find my rhythm. Oh, did he do like the multi-game no-hitter? That run is insane. I think like there's one guy who's done the full Soulsborne plus Sekiro no-hitter nonsense, and he's probably going to try to sit down and do it again once Elden Ring is out, but the full no-hitter run is like a flippin', like no matter what you do, it's going to be like a 12-hour run, minimum. It's absurd. Some of those runs have lost at the final boss. To play the game for like 11, 12 hours and make one mistake, that is soul-crushing. The thing I like about this run of Dark Souls is that it's really like free-flowing. Like, I can get killed a dozen times and just keep coming back and trying it again. Like, whatever. Dodge that spell. Getting a little bogged down in guys here. That. Don't get hit by that fireball. This is a solid start. Okay, that was a bit of a messy dodge. I need to get on that Pyromancer. Yeah. I couldn't get the aggro balanced out. Yeah, Sekiro is a very different game in terms of the pacing compared to Dark Souls. So, like, I think part of the difficulty of doing those no-hitter runs is you have to be adapting yourself to the pacing and handling of each of the different games. Because there's some slightly different mechanics. Like, your dodge roll timing in Dark Souls 2 is different from Dark Souls 1. The way you're, like, running handles and things like that. And block timing in Sekiro is really specific. By which I mean that it's specific to Sekiro. It feels really good when you figure it out. I enjoyed Sekiro a lot, but I haven't sat back down to replay it. Because, like, Dark Souls is more of an RPG, generally speaking. Sekiro feels a lot more of, like, an action type of game. You don't have, like, the same kind of character stats going on that are going to vary up from run to run. Okay, that guy's dead. Whoop. Oh. The guy with the axe got me for a bit. Okay, they got him. Good. Whew. Here we go. fire snake is really dangerous. More guy down. Ow. That's bad. Ow. Find the moment. Ow. They've nearly got that one other guy. Ow. No, don't risk that. Okay. Kill this one. Okay. So that's the first phase of the boss. Now the head honcho comes out. And I'm going to use a couple items, buff my weapon up. I've got 2 heals at the ready, and I have one buddy here who's going to tank some shots for me, probably. So let's see how this goes. The difficulty with this boss, he's not a complicated boss, but he's hard to practice because you have to go through all that other rigmarole before you even get to fight him, and then he comes out. He basically just requires you to dodge cleanly, and that's it. It's not like super fancy. Okay, my helper's dead. That's a bad hit to take. I think I can get this heal, but I'm not sure. Got it. Okay. At some point, he's going to go for a buff. I don't know what this is. Okay, it's a good thing I got away from that. That's a bad hit to take. Okay, that's a little faster than I thought it was going to be. I actually had the right range on that attack. Nice. That was greedy. Good dodge, me. Oh! Dodging into him instead of to the side of him got me tangle in his hitbox, and they didn't have the invulnerability going. Whew. That was close. That was close. If I had a little bit more health on my helper, that would have worked out better. But my dude was on his last legs coming into that bit. Okay, I learned a few more of his attack patterns, and there actually is a safe range where I can heal up. Yeah, I think that's the closest I've been so far. I've gotten him into that final bit where he's got the sword buffed about 3 times, and I started making attempts on this guy yesterday. I gotta spend a lot of these fights just watching for what the Pyromancer's doing. Nice, I slipped in there. And that's why I gotta watch for the Pyromancer. Oh man, that guy was a bro. Had my back. Nah. I think I'm gonna take that, yep. Works. That's dangerous as hell. That's gonna kill me. Ah, he did the fire snake twice in a row. That's really hard to deal with. I only had those 3 guys left for that phase, I think. Yeah, if he did fire snake into fireball, I think I would have been able to avoid it or live, one or the other. Yeah, I think for the big man that comes out after, the biggest trouble is getting the dodge timing right for his like kind of Eido style slash. It's that very delayed attack that happens very fast once he's finished prepping it. And it's gonna lock onto you perfectly, so you can't like run away from it or evade it. No Pyromancers this time. Oh, that hit. Ah. It's like a happenstance bad dodge. Okay, I did that way too early. It's focused on me? Okay. Dead, eh? This is such a cluster. Ah, that was a nervous dodge. I shouldn't have taken that dodge. I didn't know he could do an attack sequence that long. You may notice that I lock on very sparingly. Controlling the camera freely is super important for these, like, mass fights like this. Okay, are we gonna get one more summon? Looks like we're probably due for one more summon before we actually fight the boss. Because this guy hasn't locked down his door yet. Sometimes this happens, I don't know why. There's something about the way the summons are staged out. So we're gonna get like one more guy out this door after the Burnt Ivory King is active. Yep. Which is miserable. Okay. He was still in the sequence. Still on me. That'll kill me. Yeah, having to focus on something else while the Burnt Ivory King is live is super tough. Sometimes that happens and I don't know why. I think it has to do with if the last guy you kill is the guy who came out of that portal, then it has to, like, keep going. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. That's the second time that's happened. The first time that happened, it was still a pretty close attempt. I needed to focus on the king more and wait. I needed to have more patience before trying for the heal. Because I could have, like, tried to get him to focus on the other guy a bit more. Ow! That's a bad hit. Just cut it out. Getting rinsed this run. Oh no. He didn't get bogged up on anybody. That was a bad healing decision. I just got caught. Yeah, after this guy, I think I'm in like the last 10 bosses. There's a lot of bosses in Dark Souls 2. Notably more than Dark Souls 1. And more of them are like at the end game. So after this guy, I've got one more boss in this DLC, one more boss in that DLC, 2 more bosses there. It's just 4 more DLC bosses after this. And then 1, 2, 3... 6 in the main game. Need to bait his attack out. Oh, I baited it wrong. Tricky thing about this is, like, the initial sequence, this opener, is actually harder than the boss. The boss is just, like, a lot of pressure. So, you have to, like, stop the adrenaline, take it a little less seriously, loosen up as you go. The safest spot to be is a hair's breadth away from danger. Oh, I got burned. that. Generally speaking, these fights just turn out way, way harder if the portal that is second closest to me has a Pyromancer. And these guys come in 4 configurations. I've never seen 2 Pyromancers spawn in the first wave, but I have seen 2 Pyromancers active. The person that comes out is not related to the portal that it is. Actually thinking, what's it called? Next attempt I might try lightning instead of aromatic, which is magic. Okay, sure. Hey, thanks for the follow. Oh, that hit? Ah. I dodged the first one, I think, too late, and the second one way too early. Ah. Multiple Twitch accounts. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. Pop in and out as you have the time. I'm just going to be doing this. Gotta stick with it. So you may notice in the top left my maximum health is lower than it was before. That is a Dark Souls 2 mechanic. It's only in Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 3, they handle it differently. You have a mechanic that gives you health instead of this other mechanic that causes you to lose it. And Dark Souls 1 doesn't have it. Dark Souls 1 does this with, like, item find instead. Oh, I dodged straight into a fireball, I guess. The hitbox on that hammer is junk, man. Yeah, I couldn't see what wake-up state I was in with that corner. So I think the fire snake always goes to the right and back in. I'm going to have to plan around that more. I thought it was actually homing, but I think it's just always going to the right. Yep. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. I've got I could be up for a couple hours. It's all fine. Let me relocate my coffee real quick. Where'd I set that down? I'm gonna need that. Yep. Aha! Alright. Grab my coffee during the fall. Sit before I hit the ground. I'm still on center. Okay, yeah, there we go. I finally get a spawn without the Pyromancer, and the first behavior he does is the dang backstep before I've got the hit stun on it. I'm starting to hate these hammer wielders for sure. Maybe I should try using the rapier for the first half of the fight, and then switch. Let's see how that goes. Since the character's level 1, I have very few gear options. I can basically use the rapier, the battle axe, the basic mace. I can only use the battle axe because I've got some items that are buffing my stats. Yeah, it's the level 1 character, as you can see in the top left there, with his pathetic stats. At the beginning of the game, all of your stats start at 6, and that's it. So you're stuck using, like, pretty simple weapons. Now, thankfully, in Dark Souls, most of your damage comes out of weapon upgrades. So as long as you max out the upgrades for it, the most basic weapons can still be meaningful. So with this, we can go a lot more safely. It just takes a lot more hits. Just took a bad hit there. I didn't actually see where that was coming from. I'm going to stick with the battle axe. The number of hits that it takes for the rapier here is just absurd. And the fact that I can't stagger them at all is really bad. The battle axe will stagger on the second hit of the light or the first hit if you go for a heavy attack. And you can do one than the other. Like, I can do light, light, heavy and get 2 staggers if they sit around that long. A lot of the time they're backstepping out before I can get like a full follow-up. Or it's too dangerous for me to get a full follow-up. Both of those things happen. So yeah, with this health loss, I have to use an item called Human Effigies to get back up to full health. And I have a limited number of them. Yeah, definitely. And I need Human Effigies for another thing, because one of the bosses I have left, you have to use a Human Effigy every time you want to fight him. Ah. Yeah, that being said, this is a super messy fight, and having the extra health is really a big deal here. So I'm gonna crack a Human Effigy and keep at it. Previously, I've only been using the effigies when I make it past the first phase into the actual boss fight. But I think the extra health is going to be too helpful for this phase. It's a big difference. Now, there is a location I can go in the game that it doesn't give me more Human Effigies, but it replicates the effect without me spending one. I can only do that if I actually fully run out. The dev who was in charge of that whole decision is not a nice man. Alright, if I can get my stamina back, that'd be cool. Cool. A little bogged down there. I got hit by a backswing there. Oh, there's more guys out. Ah, they stagger locked me. I didn't accommodate for the new set of spawns. My first wave clear was pretty good there, though. Okay. I'm gonna try swapping out the aromatic ooze for gold pine resin. This does lightning damage instead of magic damage. One of the cool things about the Soul Level 1 run, every time you kill bosses, you get a heck of a lot of souls. Yeah. So, since I'm not using any souls on leveling up, I spend a whole lot of souls on consumables, and so I have a pretty good stock. And consumables are totally legit for the run. I'm not doing a no consumable run, that's miserable. So I'm gonna run towards the spawn point, and I'm gonna buff up about here. My stamina recharges while I'm buffing, so that's like free time. That dude is super insistent on throwing fireballs when I would like to be attacking. I spent a heck of a lot of stamina on that series. So my companions here do very low damage. Oh, that was a buffered attack. Come on, don't dodge that. Whew! I had a feeling something like that was going to happen soon. Like more dudes coming in. The guys who you get with you for this, they're tanky, but they do very, very low damage. So you have to be the one finishing off most of these guys. Great. I got hit in the back with a fireball. Not sure how to manage this at this point. There's a lot of guys. Clonked. Yeah, I wasn't killing them fast enough that round, so that got really messy. Yeah, this is a really messy segment. So I don't think there's much of a difference between the golden pine resin or the magic damage. It's about the same. They last the same amount of time too. Actually, wait, I wonder. My lightning bonus is ever so slightly higher than my magic bonus, which is just a weird thing about, like, where my stat bonuses are. I think that's because, I'm wearing peasant clothing, which makes me dumber, but makes me better at dodging. It's really important for the run. Come on. I hit the shield. No, I'm gonna get clunked. Ow. It's not comfortable. Ah! I focused my dodge timing on the spellcaster, and then I got hit by a hammer. So I was worried about getting fireballed. Yeah. Good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to catch you again. I'm not sure if I'll be on this tomorrow or not, or something else. I don't know. Bounce back between a couple things. I kind of want to finish up Metroid Dread and then replay it again right after to see how fast I can beat it. I don't know what I did the first time I did this segment. The first time I played this segment, I made it to the second phase. And now I can't get any consistency here. I'm just screwing up left, right, and center. I'm getting run down all the time. It's taking me way too long to kill stuff. What was my mindset when I first came in here? I think I just ran in here with like a smash it mindset initially, and it just somehow worked? I don't know. I wasn't using any different gear. You know, the first time I did this, I ran for the right side instead of the left. Hey, one down. I think I can... Yeah, I think I'm going to keep going after the right side. Yep. It's getting there, it's getting there. I think I got two of the gates sealed. If I get two of the gates sealed, that's a pretty good attempt at this point. If I could be consistently getting 2 gates, from there it's pretty much just clean up. Jolly cooperation. Oh, that curved inward a lot more than usual. I wonder what prompts that. Ah, it was an axe wielder. He was doing the cut instead of the thrust. That was a solid attempt. Yeah, I think a lot of this is coming down to if I can manage the knight's positioning, them getting in extra staggers on these guys is really important to getting them killed promptly. Which does mean that I'm going to spend a lot of time, like, managing and working with a big ball of goons. And we're going to have to hope the goons are real nice and cooperative for me to get through this. Yeah, it's going to hit. Whoa, I barely saw that guy in time. Oh no, he went for me. Dang it! He changed his target at the last second. I really thought he was committing to a dash on somebody else. I wonder if they ever actually use the dash on the other guys. I can't pay that much attention to what they're doing to the other goons. Just need to focus on, like, fighting with the Lois Knights whenever they have a guy pinned, and killing that guy really fast. And if I have to take a hit for an enemy to go down, that's usually worthwhile. Yep. Yeah, okay, Sword Boy really wants to come in. Woo! That'll kill me. I thought I could get that heal off before he finished recovering. That was wrong. Fireballs. to activate my 6th sense. Probably my 7th and 8th as well. That was a bad dodge. Okay, now I'm safe again. Neener, neener. You jerk. I just couldn't get started that run. Couldn't get anybody down. Whew. Good night. Alright, I think I really need to be using effigies for this fight. Because it's just super dangerous. So I'll just have to farm some more later if I run out. I've already bought all the ones at all the shopkeepers that sell them. There's a couple places to farm them, I think. I don't know exactly where. Jerk. I'll get stabbed for a combo like that. That was really good. Okay, we've got the circumstance where there's going to be one more guy coming out. Which I'm going to say is happening because we killed everything too fast. So I'm going to wait until the Ivory King starts to appear before I buff. Pyromancer. Woo! 283 with the lightning resin. Oh. Tried to walk out of that. That's the ice ring. Ah, that hit me in the back. Ah, I didn't get that dodge right. Okay, so it's about 280 with that lightning stuff. I'm assuming the boss and the goons have the same kind of resistances if I want to start using goo on the goons. So let's go back to the ooze. Still a little worried this might be one of those fights where the ideal damage type against them is like fire. That happens sometimes. Like the ideal damage type against Gwyn in the first game is fire, despite him wielding a giant flaming sword, standing in a giant pit of ash. It's like, yeah, but fire is what got him in the first place, so there's that. Oh, got tagged. Get him! Get him! Fire snake was dangerous. Uh-oh. I didn't see him. I should have assumed him. Okay. The first phase was super clean. Just got messed up. So 280 is the number to beat on the boss. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was such a great run until I was burned to a crisp. Flambéed, skewered, and then did dumb stuff and got killed. See, I think I'm recognizing my error now. I've been giving these guys way too much respect. I'm like looking at them and stuff. I need to just not look at the enemies, and I will somehow dodge them better. I thought the hammer guy was actually on my side, and I made some mistakes. Oh, one of those actually hit me. It's very rude of him. Well, no Estus this time. Who needs Estus anyway? If you need help that badly, you don't deserve it. Yeah, you can get the full charred Lois set. These guys also drop Lois souls. You usually have to co-op with people to farm enough of them. You can turn them in for some cool stuff if I remember right. Like, you can get the boss's big glowing sword, all of the weapons these dudes wield. Their shield looks pretty cool too. Them textures. Okay, so 283 is the number to beat. That's what we were getting with lightning. What you got? $325, way better. Ow. I see you two have studied the blade. I missed that one. Ah, that still hit me. He did a backflip. I was confused. Gotcha! With a sliver of life to my name. Your soul is mine. Whew. With this, we acquire the crown of the Ivory King. 147,000 souls. Thanks to all of you who have witnessed this live.
You've got now. I was born long ago. The dark shattered into tiny. How frightened I was. I felt that I am. I saw that the king of this. I sought him.
That's right. This woman's actually like really big in the lore. She's like the daughter of Manus.
And my lord, and so
or something like that.
Here I until the nights of a lake where there's I pray. The night where there's I pray. The nights where there's I pray.
I thought she had some new dialogue with that fight one. All right, I'm gonna go buy more aromatic ooze because I used a lot. Oh yeah, totally. No, first attempt of the night. I haven't been at this for an hour. Almost exactly an hour to get the kill. Alright then. Before I do anything else, I want to go over here.
Oh, I've stocked some new. They've been selling.
Alright, does Molin have boss armors yet? Yeah, he's got all the boss armors now. Well, some of them. Okay, he doesn't have the armor for what's-his-face that I want.
Always open.
I don't remember where you get, the armor from...
Hey, what have you been up to?
The one guy. Vort. Bam.
Cheers for that.
Blech. Bell Helm guy. I don't remember where you get his hat. I know his hat has some stat boosts. It's like an option that you can do. Okay, the next thing to do on our completely miserable list of miserable things to do is we need to go over to the Dragon Shrine and remember how to fight the Ancient Dragon, which is super fun. The Ancient Dragon fight is 80% running around. It is a heck of a lot of running away so you don't get torched by fire breath. Can I just go this time? No, we need to fight. We gotta do this. Ow. Neat. Dragon Charm. What is glowing over here? Is this something? Oh, there was like a Pharaoh's Lockstone thing. Man, the background noise. Could you guys, like, stop flapping your wings just entirely? Jeez. So, the bit for here, if you try to skip past any enemies, you aggro the whole place. So you need to fight each of these big guys every time you come through here. And I'm going to have to fight each of these big guys every time I come through here, every time I need to attempt the Ancient Dragon. The Ancient Dragon has, like, I think the most health of any boss. If not the most, he's really up there. He's just got a heck of a lot. A whole heck of a lot. Well, thank you very much for taking that really bad, obvious attack. This guy sometimes gets in a mood where he just doesn't really stop swinging, and he's sometimes just really hard to deal with. But yeah, the Ancient Dragon will drop a giant soul for some reason that is like lore related. I think he's got an inside track on Vendrick's old crimes, which would be like enslaving the giant race to create golems. anytime he does that attack, he's just gonna die. But, yeah. Vendrick, is, like, hanging out in a crypt as a hollow, and we need to get his extra special hat. Because it's super cool. Dang it. Yep. Yeah, so we need to get Vendrick's extra special hat, and once we do, we no longer have the hollowing penalty. So for every giant soul you have in your inventory, Vendrick's defense is reduced. Vendrick's defense is initially so flippin' high that, like, normal attacks don't even hurt the dude. And the defense reduction is, like, multiplicative based on the number of souls you have. So if you have 3 souls, he's very technically beatable. With 4 souls, he's, like, okay. I've got 3 souls right now. You can get up to 5 souls. I don't remember where one of them is. Got him, jeez. And that's not the last guy. There's like 2 more of these dudes. I think. There's this one with the great sword. This might be the last guy for the route that I need to take. I forget. There we go. So because the damage difference is multiplicative, it's just a huge amount of time in the fight. And Vendrick has basically like one very simple attack that just one-shots us. But he only ever does like the same sword swing that covers like a quarter of the arena, and if it hits us, we die. Yeah, that's the fight. So Vendrick's like boring, and the Ancient Dragon is not that great either. So this is kind of like the chore segment of the game. But I do need to remember how to fight the Ancient Dragon, and I think that's actually, like, there's an academic sort of interest to that, I think. So once we figured out the fight, we're going to want to use gold pine resin to make the fight a bit shorter, because it is flippin' miserable. Yeah, okay. So we've got this whole boss arena to work with. We've got this guy who's this flippin' huge. I think he might be the biggest boss in all of Dark Souls. I don't know. And he is a healthy boy. So the first series of cuts he'll, like, forgive us for, basically. So he's gonna jump up. I think his tail can be cut. I don't remember. Is he gonna tail slam me? Yeah, tail slam me to death. So his tail's a giant hitbox, and that's a no-go zone. I think we want to spend most of the time around his heels, chopping at his heels, like you do for every single Dark Souls boss. We have to make sure we don't get stepped on. Now that we've aggroed him once, he will not give us the same reprieve of, like, leisurely sitting around waiting for us to start the fight. From here on out, I believe the fight is on every time we get in the room. Yeah, so these Dragon Knight dudes along the side, they're like honorable. If you don't attack them and you just fight these dudes, they're like, okay, you belong. You're definitely a bro. You're not at all here to kill, like, our big dragon on the top. Gotcha. Thankfully, we do a lot of damage for, like, the kind of character we are. We do a lot of damage relative to the fact that we have no levels. Oh, yep, that's it. Watch the tail. Dark Spirit. This can't be a real person, right? If they are, they just name their character Wolf like a boring lame-o. Yeah, that hits out to there. I dodged too early. The greatsword attack is a little troubling. Like, it's a little hard to deal with. That's definitely a player, because I hear him randomly swinging below me. So I guess I haven't blocked invasions here. Let me do that. That's right, because the Ancient Dragon is technically the boss of this area, so it is, like, subject to the regular invasion stuff. Just to make sure we're not bothered. Yeah, alright. Now, thankfully for both the Ancient Dragon and for Vendrick, using human effigies is meaningless, so it doesn't matter if we use them for some other purpose. Yeah, you show that rock. Oh, come on. It's not even a hard attack to dodge. For another thing, I think I want to use the Strength Ring against the dragon, which only gives me like +6 on my damage. That's it. The window between the... You are able to dodge out of the hit stun, and I think you can get out of the second hit. I don't think it's true, but the input window is really weird when you're coming out of hit stun. Like, you can buffer actions out of your own lag, but you can't buffer actions out of hit stun. You have to actually, like, hit the button at the right time. I wanted to check something. So with the Royal Soldiers +1, it's +60. Whereas with the Giant's Ring, it's +86. Without anything, it's +80. How on earth is the Royal Soldier's Ring losing me damage like that? Like that much? How does this lose me 20 damage? That does not make sense. Huh. Alright, and the other option was Ring of Blades. Does that display? Yeah, Ring of Blades is actually better. Let's use the Ring of Blades. If it's just for the sake of damage. Ow. Nope. Mistimed the dodge. Since we took off the Simpleton's Ring, our dodge timing is trickier, and we can't, like, invisi-dodge through things quite as much. But dodge timing will not help us fight the boss. It will help us fight the goons, but I'm not going to change my gear every 2 seconds to deal with that. Now, one other thing I could take some time to do... there's a fight I could go do to try and get, what's it called? I actually am going to use a human effigy. There's a fight I can go do to get access to a better Ring of Blades. And if the Ring of Blades is one of my ideal item slots, it's actually not a bad idea. Maybe go do that fight. It's a tough fight, but... That dodge worked, go figure. You want to move, like, further away from those other guys so I don't aggro them? Haha! Thought I could get that hit in. And I was right, as opposed to a pancake. Wait for my stamina to come back. Yeah, to get that fight, I have to burn either 1 or 2 bonfire ascetics, I don't remember, and then fight 2 pursuers at the same time. It's been a long time since I fought a pursuer, so I may not remember all of their patterns. It's kind of tough. Yeah, so now we get a fog door up here, because now it's a boss. And now that it's a boss, I think half the time it might open with like fire breath and just wreck the... Yeah. Not the most engaging boss fight. Okay, that barely doesn't kill us if we're at full health. So that's a note. Just noted. Yeah, he's gonna spend a lot of time breathing fire at nothing. It's a very important part of his lifestyle. Don't question it. I have to be super wary of him doing various things. Oh my god, that still hit me. I'm not sure how to properly run away from that yet. I think it's that I need to run towards his tail. Ah, my run actually didn't start that time. About to smack the controller. I think I need to run towards his tail to get away from it. But he does have a landing hitbox, so I need to make sure I don't like quite line up with his other stuff. I'm gonna try this Pursuer's fight for a bit, because if I get it right, I'm gonna shorten these next 2 really stupid fights. Being said, is it tied to the Drangleic King's Gate bonfire? Can I effigy that without like upgrading the boss? I need to check on something. It's on New Game Plus. Which bonfire is linked to the Throne of Want? It's the King's, it's the, yeah, it's the same one. Okay, yeah, no, I'd have to do a lot of stupid stuff to get that ring. Stamina back, please. There we go. At least I remembered how to fight these guys. This whole segment is absolutely miserable if you're like a sword and board player. If it takes me at least 10 tries on this dragon, those guys will stop spawning. The first guy I've killed a couple of extra times, because I got killed by the second guy maybe 3 or 4 times, so... there'll be a bit of a disparity when they stop spawning. Yeah, let's see. Now one other option is I could put on the Flame Quartz +3. Let me actually try that. That might help if I'm going to get one shot. That may help prevent a one shot from the Fire Breath. He's going to roar every time and then go right to Fire Breath every time. Okay, that avoided it. Yep. I believe this is how I have to handle the fight. Stamina to come back. That's a stomp. Take off. This'll work. Take off. There's a motion of the head that accompanies the stomp. Yeah, as long as I'm on the back foot and I run towards the tail, it works out. 2 takeoffs right in a row. Take off. That stomp almost got me because I spent my stamina too aggressively. Wait, that foot is like, I swear it doesn't look like it's even taking damage. I think that one almost hit me. Oh, he just doesn't show like a yellow number or a yellow bar when he's taking damage. And then we wait. This is all way easier than I remember. Take off. Ow. Oh, that was... okay. Need to get in so I don't get tail slammed to death. And he's back up. Okay. Oh, that didn't hit. Neat. Yeah, I think my problem with the fight is really that sometimes you just suddenly die because the damage is so extreme. Okay, we got him. No big deal. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is like one of the worst fights in Dark Souls. It's an optional fight. It's a completely optional fight. You can just not do it, and it's, like, better to not do so. Because the dude's, like, he's a story guy. You come up and you talk to him, and he's like, here, have this item to progress the plot. But he's also a boss, and somebody had the wise idea of giving him a drop that's important for killing Vendrick, and then they put, this incredible item behind Vendrick for some stupid reason. Like, if Vendrick did not have a magical crown that stops the worst mechanic in the game, I wouldn't care about killing him. This is the tedium phase of the run. So, you know, if anybody has any cool stories to share, now's the time. Why am I doing all this running? I'm just gonna teleport. Well, that is done, and we don't have to do it again. Now, I think I'm forgetting the location of a giant soul, so I'm going to check on that. Okay. Come on, load up. Page does not want to load. Alright. How about this one? There we go. Okay. Defeat the Giant Lord in the memory of Jay. Giant's corpse. Okay, there's a memory that I'm missing. I think I'm missing the memory of Oro. After the Pursuer boss arena. Okay. Yeah. I completely forgot there was anything over there. Because, like, why? So if it's after the Pursuer boss fight, this is the closest bonfire. I have to go... Is it down the ladder? No, it's not down the ladder. Do you have anything interesting for me to buy? I should probably fill back up on fire bombs. It's not a bad idea. And, I've already got 99 throwing knives, I don't need more. I'll buy 2 bright bugs. That's how expensive those things are. Now, I am using consumables this run, but I have declared this as a no bright bug run. It's an absurdly powerful item. Loud noise incoming. I don't even remember if that's the way I needed to go. Might be. Yeah, it's through here, I'm pretty sure. And then it's on my right. Huh. Tangled up. Oh right, I still have the flame quartz ring equipped. I'll fix that in a moment. I equipped it and then I proceeded to not get hit by fire for the whole fight. So yeah, go me. Pro moves. Hey-ya! That's the moment I'm proud of in this game. Consistently avoiding the highly tedious boss fight. So going back and like slapping these guys around is kind of showcasing that the extra stats are kind of meaningful. Oh yeah, this is the head that's like rolled over in one of those earlier fights. Or one of those memory things. Wait a minute, there's a bird's nest down here? Oh, that's the one that takes you to the Bastille. This is what I'm here for. Go inside the memories of a giant that turned into a tree. There's like a whole thing about very old creatures turning into trees. I am so behind on the lore. Okay, I'm guessing this is the way to go. Yeah, there's a bunch of dudes. Wait, you're not supposed to hate me. Excuse me, just do your thing. Oh, okay, that was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. It just happened to be in a stupid place. Are you all gonna try to shoot me? Dudes. I'm just here to grab random items. Give me a break. Alright, I'm gonna go back this way, and, oh. It's not even the way I meant to go. Back this way, and back up those stairs. Where does this lead? Are there any other items I need to get here before I leave? In the other memories, once you grab the giant's soul, that's like it, and you're out. You seem to be shooting me with fire arrows, and maybe I should care. Nah. There's a Pharaoh's Lockstone door in here. Is this for anything good? That might be cool. Is it for something exceptionally tedious? It happens all the time. There are 2 of them. Oh, yee. Poison trap. Fun. Oh my god. Why are you like this? That's like an item that costs souls. Like, that's... You can farm them, but it's annoying. Alright, well, if there's anything else worth my time, it's gonna be past these jumps. Ow! That's a ballista bolt in my face. I used that face to drink Estus. You gotta lay off, buddy. It's like... I wanna drop off down here? Well, I guess I did anyway. Whatever. We got our Soul of Giant. Nothing else is really important. So now, we're off to slap Vendrick around for some amount of time. We're going to remember what his patterns are like. He is in the Undead Crypt, and we're going to use the Undead Ditch to access him, the same place we were hanging out when we were making attempts on Velstadt, because he just stands behind, well, he is behind Velstadt's boss room. Velstadt's entire purpose is to protect the Tomb of the King, which we now aim to desecrate. We're gonna get all up in that tomb. Now, coming into this room, there is a trio of very mischievous little undead. This guy. Then there's one that stands up like over here. It's like some dudes that appear on a delayed spawn who only serve to ring this stupid bell and spawn a ton of guys. So I guess it was on the left and not the right, and that was my mistake. There's another one that spawns up like right here. So they have conjured like a ton of guys, just a lot of guys. My goodness, so many guys that are now filling this room and casting spells and things. And I'm gonna try to just avoid all that mess. It's easier to avoid if the guys aren't there. Alright, you all coming after me? Now they're respectful. This is Vendrick. This is Vendrick's room. He just paces around here all day with a really, really enormous sword. He has a truckload of defense that we have reduced to a regular amount of defense. He starts off with a times 32 defense multiplier, and the defense multiplier is cut in half for every giant soul you have. So the difference between killing and not killing the ancient dragon is double the boss's defense. So we're gonna do this, and now we're gonna fight Vendrick. It might take a couple slaps before he cares about us. That sequence, I think, is his only attack. Nope, he's also got a slam. He has a sane amount of health because of the work we've done. If we pivot around him correctly, we can sit in like a dead spot that he can't attack. And we really want to do that because his attack super hurts. Like a lot. Imagine if he was taking half or 1/4 the damage from these attacks. Or if we weren't buffed with the element he doesn't like. There are various factors that could make this way more tedious. But with that, he'll go down easy. That was nice. I'm glad I remembered exactly where the dead zone is. Cool, cool. Alright, hey, I'm gonna go into your memories and taunt you about the fact that I just killed you. Sup, you got something to say?
Seeker of fire, deliverer of crowns. What do you see in the flames? Find the crowns and your own answers. The crowns hold the strength of lords from times long past. Seek adversity as befits you, seeker of fire. I too, with fire, a lie. Seeker of fire, you know not the depth of it grows deep. Flame. Seeker of one of the father of the abyss spawn. That confounded quintessence of humanity. The abyss once had form, but then dissipated. And yet, traces of its existence endured. Each fragment, thirsting for power, spread dark with no relent. My dear Chandra was one such fragment. A feeble, tiny thing that thirsted for power more than any other.
Chandra, I can't remember who that is.
Insatiable lust for a worthy vessel.
I think he might be talking to Nashandra, his wife, the final boss.
Heat and cold. Dark was seen as a curse. Shadow is not cast, but born of fire. And the brighter the flame, the deeper the shadow. Inherit fire and harness the dark. Such is the calling of a true leader. Dark was shadow.
Okay.
In such.
That'll be his last line for now. Yeah, you can check in with Vendrick when you forget what to do. He'll offer a few things. You can see Velstadt guarding him when you walk out. And that's the memory of Vendrick from when he was still sane. Okay, so we have killed Vendrick, which is necessary to get his crown, but confusingly his crown is not with him. We need to go back to the Shrine of Amana. because for some weird reason, his crown is over at the Shrine of Amana. I think it's a fork off of the second bonfire here. I don't recall exactly. I need to kill some stuff. This godforsaken place. Two hits to kill. Alright. What'd you drop? Okay, not important. Oh, that hit me. Ow. I'm super glad those guys are less lethal now that I have more items. Speaking of less lethal, do I have a spell quartz ring? Dark quartz, spell quartz +3. So their magic attack will do a lot less damage now. Well, theoretically. Realistically, it'll probably do something pretty close to what it's already doing. Yeah, that doesn't hurt very much. Ow. Yeah, I can do this section pretty routinely by now. Let's see, did I tick off like one more guy? I left a lot of items around here in places that I don't care to like go back to. So I think it's across here. Anything chasing me? Nope, had to check. I think it's through here that I need to go. Might be a different spot. This is probably it. No, locked. What would you say if I were wearing a crown? Okay, still locked. There's like a different spot around here somewhere. I thought it was weird that that door was unguarded, because I could have sworn it was a guarded door. I don't think it's that far over. Maybe it's tied to the first bonfire instead of the second. God dang it! No peace in this entire area. Yeah, I think it's probably back over this way. If it wasn't there. It's been a long time since I had to run back and grab this stuff. So after this, what's left? Right, there's those guys and that stuff that I don't really want to mess with. Ow. No, I think I could see it from here if this was the spot. Is it attached to the third bonfire? Or am I missing a key somewhere? What else is related to this? What else talks about? So I need to find Vendrick's crown. And I'm trying to remember where the heck Vendrick's crown actually is. And I'm pretty sure it's around here in the Shrine of Amanus somewhere. I'm gonna try the third bonfire. Move on from there. I need to watch out at this bit. Sometimes I can get a ring broken here. I actually wonder how many black fire bombs does it take to kill this guy. A couple, not too many. Alright. Well, let's try not to die up ahead so I don't have to use more sets of black fire bombs. Is it that big door up there? I have to be careful. There's like a hard floor. There's, what's it called? There's a gap there. Oh, great, yeah. I did die. Yep. And I almost broke one of my rings, but the durability thing will be gone when I come back to life. I know that that's the door over there. It's like this small, unassuming, easily overlooked door, which is really obnoxious. Let me try. Let's see. I've got hexing urns. How do these fare? Much less damage. How about lightning urns? A few more of these, and I have black fire bombs. Less effective, but okay. So basically, this orange cloud damages gear. If I run through it to fight him, I'll like, gear will be damaged enough that I'll have to spend like 5,000 souls on repairing gear. And I can't like perceive, he has no cooldown on distributing that orange fog. And I can't perceive, for the life of me, where the fog starts and stops. What's in here? Have I been in this one? Yeah, almost certainly, right? Praise the sun. Okay, this is the one, that's the one just before the boss. Okay, yeah, so this is where the boss is. And that's after the boss in some other spot. Is it over there that I have to go? No, that's part of a whole nother area. Shoot, I absolutely don't remember. Where the heck is Vendrick's crown? Okay, yeah, I was looking at the right door. Why was the door locked? Only available if you killed Vendrick in the undead crypt. Oh, pff, that's dumb. You have to be unhollowed. Hooray for the game being very, very unclear. Nah, it's cool. There's only nothing that hints at this. So it's from the second bonfire, along the left, the exact spot I was looking earlier, behind those, like, old vines. The door only opens if you have killed Vendrick and you are currently unhollowed. But the door, when you interact with the door, it doesn't say, you must be unhollowed, or like, a hollow cannot enter here. It just says, locked, like a jerk. Why did you not die? Oh man, given that I know the audience who's hanging out right now, you might appreciate this. I was playing a round of Storybook earlier, and I got Wonder Waddle for the run, and my first shop had a pair of Polywoggles. So by turn 2, I pick up the Polywoggles, and for the treasure, it gets me access to Jack's Jumping Beans. So the Polywoggle gets Jumping Bean, which of course means he's going to upgrade that early in the game. And he upgraded into Sleeping Princess. And then the next round I was able to wake her up. So I had like a 17-17 on like turn 3. It was hilarious. I went on to get second, not quite first. I can't remember who it was who beat me out that game. Okay, so now we have all 4 crowns, right? Wait, where'd the crown go? Oh, is it because I'm wearing one? No. That's not it. It's because I wasn't paying attention, isn't it? There it is. The King's Crown. Cool. So now I have to go back to talk to Vendrick one more time to let him know that I finished the crown fetching quest. I have fetched all the crowns. He is in the Undead Crypt near the Undead Ditch. And I still need to make sure I don't get killed by a bunch of random stuff. It's 1, 2. One last guy. 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game. So this is around the point from my last SL1 run where I basically called it done and started making runs at the final boss to beat the game. You come over here, you get the blessing, the reinforced crown, and then there's like 3 bosses that make up the final boss like segment.
One day fire will fade. Men will be free from death, left to wander eternally. Dark will again be ours, and in our true shape, we can bury the false legends of yore. Only, is this our only choice? Seek strength. The rest will follow.
Yep, that's the last bit of conversation with Vendrick. You only actually get to hear most of his voice lines, you only get to hear once. Which is pretty cool when you get down to it. Heat radiates from the ancient crowns. So for the rest of the run, I have to have a crown on, and so long as I keep a crown on for the rest of the run, I am immune to hollowing. Crown of the Sunken King. So let's see, the Sunken King, there's like some slightly different stat modifiers for each of the crowns. And then there's the King's Crown. Yeah, I believe the Crown of the Sunken King gives us a little bit more in terms of our strength and dex. It's probably going to be the King's Crown that I'm holding on to. Yeah, it's lighter. Health and vigor is pretty good. Well, it's not that it's lighter, it's that it's increasing my vigor. It's also a little lighter. So it's a bit of both. Well, let's see. Wearing it will reduce my damage by... Oh, like by 1. Who cares? It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go to Majula and fully upgrade the King's Crown for extra defense. And then we will be going after... Probably going after Dark Lurker. Actually, you know, rather than Dark Lurker, I'm probably going to work on the Gank Squad first. Oh, I don't actually meet the... There are stat requirements to wield that crown that I don't meet. Is it being penalized in its defense at all? How does that work? It is. It's being penalized in its resistances pretty harshly. I think. Right? Huh. Yeah, it's unable to use it effectively. I mean, even then, it's still like improving a lot of stats, right? It says 17, and it's giving 17. Okay, yeah. Even though I don't have the stats to use it, I don't know what those stats even do. Like, for the hat, it's a hat. Alright. Yeah, the other piece of the set. Huh. It's like the only... There's not a lot of armor that has stat requirements. I could max out one of these others too. I'm gonna max out the Crown of the Sunken King as well. It gives us better damage.
I'll be around.
So we've got a pair of crown options. Still don't have the chunks to max out anything else, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna farm those. Alright, so we are going to go to the Priestess's Chamber, so we can go fight the Gank Squad. This is a very tough fight. It is really tricky. Take that off the hotbar. We'll make this radiant life gems. Yeah, we probably want to use the Ring of Blades. Do I have a Petrify resist ring? Blood Bite, Poison Bite, Ash Knuckle. Yeah, let's go with this. This is one of the few areas where petrification's like a relevant threat. So we got to make sure we're ready for that, sort of. I mean, we've got to do a pretty difficult run, is basically all there is to it. How does this work out for us? Does that help? No, it's not a good spot to fall. This is where we need to go. Oh man, the Ash Knuckle Ring is actually helping a bunch. Without it, I might be close to maxing out my petrification meter there. Gonna run through all that stuff, and then through this fog door. So this is a 3-on-1 fight? Yeah, it is. That's what it is. So we've got 2 melee goons, and an archer for good measure. Ow. We've got a lot of room to run away. And basically, we just kind of want to try to cheese them out, because the fact that there are 3 of them is already cheesy enough. Alright? I mean, my favorite way of doing this is just... Oh, he can plunge attack me. I didn't know that. Well, I'm still figuring out the fight, so... Half-baked solutions, I suppose. Naturally, the guy with the dragon tooth can one-shot us because he's carrying a flippin' dragon tooth. I'd like to be able to focus down the archer. So yeah, none of these guys are pushovers. They got a lot of health. They hit decently hard. Mr. Errol Flynn over here seems to think he is some hot stuff. We go with the life gem because it's faster. I don't like him being in that little corner. It's really throwing off my usual, like, looping behavior. Oh yeah, and getting direct hit by him will just knock you off your feet. So you gotta watch out for that. So it's a very long fight, because you're inevitably going to be running away from these dudes a lot. And sometimes you run away from these dudes for like 15 minutes and then get one shot. So it's a tricky fight. Yeah, he can attack pretty quickly after switching weapons, so just because he has his bow out doesn't like obligate him to be slow about things. Oh! I actually got the backstab. And then I got plunging attacked. Perfect. Yeah, forcing them to drop down is usually pretty effective. Get a couple attacks on him. That was a very unnecessary use of Estus. This possibly put me into some trouble. Because that hit me. Oh my god. Come on, I don't want to do this again. There we go, got the heal. In Dark's, oh my god, he got a headshot, which is like extra stagger on top of like the damage that happens with a headshot. Dark Souls 2 has a nasty habit of like most of the enemy jumping attacks can correct themselves while the enemy's in midair. Like, oh yeah, this is totally a jump attack, but it's not like committal. They're not committed to their jump arc. Please be dead. I don't think he's dead. No, he went down. Okay. Yeah, this is... I'm just gonna cheese them out hard. As much as I can. Do this loop. And then basically, every time they come down, I'm gonna get some hits in. And I'm gonna come back up. And heal. And we'll do this. Go back down. I think he actually hit his friend, because I don't think I hit his friend. Did one of them just Estus? I swear I heard an Estus sound. They have split up somehow. I need to change my equipment. Dang nabbit. There we go. I can use my last Radiant Life Gem the next time I need healing. The old Radiant Life Gems actually last so long, I just... like, the heal just finished. There's him. Just the big man left. So as expected of his armor type, dude has poise for days. If you actually try to, like, trade shots with him, he just kind of chuckles. Things like that happen. This will be good for a lot of health. And like, the last time I fought them, I got them down to the one guy. But he just, like, smunched me with, like, the tip end of a jumping hitbox while I was falling. Like, I was falling when he hit me last time around. I have to use so many of these life stones. Thank goodness I have them to burn. Because I don't have enough Estus for this fight. Does anybody? Okay, the life gem is still ticking. There's a bit of inconsistency in how he handles this fall. I'm trying to replicate getting the backstab on him. Got it. Yeah, I figured with the backstab I could get an extra hit on him as he's standing up, and that was correct. So he used an Estus there. It didn't seem like it was worth a lot. I don't have a lot of stamina to follow that up with. Whoops. That almost killed me. Yeah, so he can Estus, it's just not huge. I mean, it's noteworthy, but these backstabs are crispy. Oh, I got the backstab animation, but it didn't actually knock him down. At least his comrades didn't use Estus this fight. I don't know if all three of them can or if it's just him. It's probably just him. The Afflicted Grave Robber doesn't even have a real name to his name. What do you got? Ow. Yeah, that third one was dodge or die. He got an Estus out of that. We're going to keep on this tug of war for a while. Ugh. Because he's an NPC, I'm also assuming his Estus is unlimited. You could probably just do that however long. Perhaps it's like an anti-cheese mechanic. Actually do the fight! No way. I refuse. I will cheese this guy into the floor. Come on, Estus, bro. What's wrong? You want to heal? You're injured. There he goes. Doing it again. I think just one more backstab and he'll be pretty much done. Gonna hang out over here. Put him down again. Got him. Alright. That was a pain in the neck. That's a lot of upgrade materials. Actually, a pretty decent reward. Okay. So, with that done and seen to, that is the last boss for the Sunken City DLC. 3 Blackweed Balms. What else do we get here? The Flower Skirt. Oh yeah, the Flower Skirt is an SL1 viable piece of gear. So I think I will go back to Majula and upgrade that. And we can change the Ash Knuckle Ring back around to the Ring of Blades. Oh, and our third Dragon Ring was like close to breaking just from fighting that long and like taking some odd hits. Ugh. Okay, so with that boss down, we've got left the Alon and the Blue Smelter Demon in Broom Tower. We've got Lud and Zalin, which are over in Elaim Lois, but I need to find a key to get to them, and I don't know where the key is. Oh, so the what's it called? The Flower Skirt replaces the present trousers. It's a defensive upgrade, even without me sinking any Titanite into it. And it gives us some slightly better health and stamina at the cost of a little bit of adaptability. We'll go ahead and equip the Flower Skirt. Ha 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 ha. So pretty. And we'll reinforce it. Oh, this actually uses a regular upgrade path. We don't have Titanite. chunks. It's just going to hover at +6. I don't think Cloan ever gets any more stuff, right? No? I mean, buy your slab and your twinkling titanite just because. Can I actually just buy everything you have? No, not yet. Not yet.
Visit me,
Buying random stuff at this point.
bearer of until.
There are more Estus Flask shards somewhere that I don't remember. Okay. Let's see. So we've got Blue Smelter Demon over at Broom Tower we could work on. I don't really want to go after Dark Lurker just yet. I think I'm going to go to Broom Tower and make use of some more of the Smelter Wedges that I have. Let's see. Which is rooms that are connected. Well, there's one near the Smelter Throne. Let's do that one first. Let's get all of the souls of Nadalia. I don't know why my health is like... I don't know why some of my health is missing. Oh, it's because I switched my equipment and it gave me a higher health, a bigger health bar. Got it. Alright, yeah, these guys are super annoying. It's a set of Dark Spirits that always comes in a pack of 5. It's almost unkillable for us on SL1, because each one of them has a bunch of health, as well as the level that they are. That's just a thing. Back to the foyer. I'm gonna have to go pick up that soul a bit later, but it's not an immediate need. Okay, so I got the soul that was in there. I know there is a soul at the very base of a thing. I'll try and run over and get this one. This involves just a mad dash past a whole bunch of guys. Oh man, the flower skirt comes with pretty slippers. Yep, screw you, Maldron. So, there is a curse effect that happens while you're traversing this area, but we are currently immune to curse. So we have this kind of black aura thing going on, but it's meaningless. Alright, we did what we needed to. Picked up the object we wanted. So we've got 2 more smelter wedges, and I'm trying to remember where the heck these things get used. I only, like, roughly remember where to put them. So I'm gonna have to check some spots. Pointless ahead and then pure luck. What does this even relate to? Is this the spot with the 4 doors? No, no, no. This is the, that's the way to the, that's the way to the blue smelter demon. Which I don't want to fight right now. I just don't want it right now. So the other spot that was over here is the outdoor bit, right? With the giant guys? Yeah, okay. Not important. Okay. So we're gonna go back up a level as I try to remember where everything is. This is the problem with like exploring this place without getting all the smelter wedges the first time through. I still have some, right? Where do they sit? They look like little Twizzlers. Have I used them all? Come on. Are they under key items instead? No, they're not there. Well, maybe I'm out for now. We've got 10 Souls of Nadalia. Oh yeah, that is actually how many I remember grabbing, so... Well, I know where one more... I know roughly where one more Ash Bride is. Okay, I'm gonna start making attempts on Elan. Because Elan is less of a pain in the neck, I think. Well, I think Elan is going to be less of a pain in the neck compared to the other thing I need to deal with. So we're just going to saunter on into Elan's memories. Now, the problem with Elan is not the fight with Elan himself. The fight with Elan is fun and cool, and I really like it. The problem is that this memory of the Old Iron King is absolute junk, because it's full of Elan Knights. And they're healthier than the Elan Knights from earlier in the game. Oh, there's also, like, this other stuff. It's full of Elan Knights and Salamanders, which I forgot. So the reason why I wanted to get all the crowns in before I started making attempts on this is because I'm going to die here a lot, just on this run to the boss. And I wanted to not have to deal with hollowing and using human effigies and all that stuff for this run. Okay, so we can cleanly three-shot him there. Yeah, so Elan Knights run at you in giant packs all the time, and they're just super fast, and they have a lot of health, because this is like the late game. So, yeah. My basic strat for getting through this area is usually just kill it until it stops spawning. Thankfully, we have a bonfire right outside. Unfortunately, we have 2 loading screens every time we die. I wish it would just respawn us, like, at the memory. Or, like, even in the memory. Yeah. If I take damage, I will not be able to Estus through it while there are other Elan Knights, because they will be on me before I can finish Estusing. And if there are 2 of them, I generally won't be able to finish a swing before one of them will stab me. If it's down to a showdown between me and one Elan Knight, I can sometimes just, like, dodge around and kill him. Okay, so my health is starting a little bit lower. One of my items is probably not being factored in immediately when I spawn. Very strange. Okay, so it's gotta be light, heavy, heavy to kill these guys in 3 hits. So, let's see. So just that close doesn't trigger the guys, but it's about when I cross the pillar that they're being triggered. There we go. Solid. Got some human effigies. And through here, rusted coins. It's at the end of all these halls is a boss fight. To, like, drill home the premise of what all this is. This particular version of the salamanders are completely defenseless against anything behind them. So that part's kind of free. I am super surprised that didn't kill me, but I'll take it. I might need to find more sublime bone dust. I know you can get up to +5. But I can tell that our health is now more than what we can get restored normally. Right, then we drop down. Happiness required ahead. You can see all the bloodstains from all the people who've died in this segment. So if I remember right, oh yeah, some of them, I forgot that some of them are archers. Okay, yeah, everything's mad at me? Cool. Huh. I guess these guys have not been alerted as of yet. That guy's alerted. Oh, he can shoot fireballs up. Neat. He can shoot them up, guys. This is just very tedious.